Yo, listen, what's good? Welcome to the Shooters Podcast, where we talk about the business of photography and videography, because we know that in this shooters community, that's what we struggle with, man. So I want to be the one to be able to help people get to that place and help to help all photography videographers understand more about business so that way they can get to the bag, level up, and be able to grow a big business. Okay, so I know you guys probably noticed that. Well, I don't know if you listen on audio, but definitely I got another shirt. First of all, the way I got this shirt was crazy. I was actually in okay, how I say this. So we took American Airlines, which I never fly American, right? So I'm on American Airlines. Most of the time I fly Delta, okay? But I'm on American Airlines, and what happened was me and a couple of my friends, we actually what happened? Oh, the flight got delayed. Like we was on the flight, and they were like, oh, we gotta wait for the crew or something like that for the crew to show up. And I'm like, okay, why ain't the crew here? Why you got us on the plane waiting on the crew? Long story short, we on the plane about an hour. We said, you know what? We're done. We about to just buy another flight. The issue is, I don't mind staying the extra 20 minutes or whatever, but I'm with my rich friends. So my rich friends balling. So they said, listen, bro, you know what? We just about to leave. And we're just going to buy another flight. Forget all that. So I'm over here like, yeah, forget all that. But y'all don't want to stay? Nah, bro, we rich. We out. So come on, Brandon. We got time for this, bro. We all rich. I'm like, y'all, y'all rich. Yeah. So they said, nah, bro, forget it. Let's go. So we get off, right? And they're like, yo, how much is another flight? And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you a credit. You can just buy another one or whatever. So we not forget that, you know what? Just give me the credit. We ain't going to use it anyway. I'm just going to buy another flight with a whole nother airline. I'm flying Delta tomorrow morning. And I was like, okay. So we're just going to fly Delta tomorrow instead. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm with my rich friends. Let's make it happen. So I'm like, I look up the ticket. I think I spent like, I don't know. It might have been $400, $500 for a flight the next day. Right. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, man, I done got my ticket. Brandon, you got yours? I'm like, oh, no, what? Stop being a sucker, brother. You got yours? I'm like, yeah, okay, bet. I got it. So I went in and got it. So we got up next day. And they said, you know what? We in Miami. We ain't got our clothes in our check bag. So we forgot that the plane and our clothes is going to Atlanta. So they said, all right, let's go to Walmart and let's get some more clothes. Everything else closed. Dior, Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, they all closed. So we got to go to Walmart. All right. So we go to Walmart and we go and get like outfits. So I went and got this shirt because there was like, first of all, here's why we're getting close. We're going to go to the Fontainebleau, one of the most expensive clubs. I mean, one of the most expensive hotels in Miami. And so you know what? We going to Miami. We about to ball out. We're gonna go to Live. Club Live just opened up tonight. It's $300 to get in. We about to go ball out tonight. I'm like, oh, we going to the club tonight? Yeah, it's 9:00. Walmart probably closed at 10. This ain't 24 hours. We'll run there. We'll grab some outfits. We going to Live tonight. We about to ball out. I'm like, okay, so I'm already $400 or $500 in. We about to go to Live too. And I'm trying to get the credit because American Airlines said you can actually get that credit and go stay at like the Holiday Inn or the Hampton Inn or somewhere else, and for free. And they was like, forget all that, brother. We gonna leave in the morning, so we're gonna get a 2 hours. We get in a hotel at the Fontainebleau tonight for 2 hours, about $500 to stay at a hotel just for a couple hours. We about to go ball out tonight. So I said, okay. Bought 2 tickets at the Fontainebleau. Okay. Let me go back. Went to Walmart first. Bought all the clothes. Now, mind you, they got Gucci bags and all this other stuff, and they got Walmart clothes on top of it. So we done spent a couple $100 at Walmart just to get clothes and all that. Then we go back to the Fontainebleau, and that's where I got this shirt from Walmart. So anyway, we go back to the Fontainebleau just to change clothes. The hotel, the club is in the hotel downstairs. So this is the first night open up. So it's the first night open up. It's Mayweather there, Johnny Dane, the gold tooth dude, the gold teeth guy, the guy who make all the jewelry. Who else? It's celebrities all over. They popping bottles and all the other stuff. So my rich friend was like, you know what? We just gonna go ahead and go to the front of the line. Forget all that went, because the lobby is full because they can't get in. You got to be like invited. You got to have money. It's crazy. You just can't get in that joint. So my rich friend was like, forget all that, man. We're going right to the front. We go right to the front. How much to get in? You know, oh, it's $200. You know, boom. I'm paying $300. We paying $300 for everybody. We get now. I think we spent about $2,000, whatever, just to get in. We get in, and it's packed. I'm talking about pack. Okay, the money team is there. It's crazy. Okay, so they're like, you know what? My boy Drew was like, hey Brandon, you want a shot? They got the drink, whatever this drink is called, $150 shots. $150 shots. I'm from Wilson. Okay, our shots is $3. Okay, we went to the bootlegger house. Okay, so anyway, I was like, all right, bet. You know what? I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get math. I'm gonna get you two. Right. So I don't know. My man spent about $150, $300. I ain't even realize Derek he was already spending money. I think he might have spent $1,500 on drink just for rounds. It was just insane. So I say all that to say, also whatever the drink was, we finally got back on the plane. We didn't get any sleep. We left the club, went right to the right back to we stayed in the club all night and drove right back to the airport, and then flew home. I was drunk the whole time. I was drunk for about 2 days. Whatever those shots were, I was drunk for 2 days. And I say all that to say, that's how I got the shirt from Walmart. All right, cool. Now let's jump into it, man. I got these shades on because I want to look cool. So today is going to be a special podcast episode. Special. It ain't really be all that special. But here's why. We're talking all about pricing. Now, this episode is all about pricing. Now, I narrowed down a lot of stuff that I feel that a lot of people, a lot of photographers and videographers will struggle with when it comes to pricing. So I try to answer all of the questions. Okay. So the cool thing about this is like the beginning of the episode. So by the time this podcast really blow up and start popping, like nobody's ever gonna be able to come down to the bottom and like hear all these gems, all this game that I'm about to give them. So y'all are lucky, y'all actually get to be in on the front end, because once I'm on episode 50, you know, they gonna be like, oh, ask my price. And I'm like, man, that's all the way back on episode 5 or 6, whatever. So you got to catch it on the back end. So most ain't gonna scroll down that far, but if they do, they're able to catch these gems. And the people that are on here early to be able to hear all these gems, hey, be thankful. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing, let's go ahead and get this out the way so everybody's understanding, everybody's clear. How to price. This is the $1 million question. This is the thing that everybody wants to know. How do I price my services? This is probably one of the most frequently asked questions out of everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can make it make sense. So you don't want to do things like hourly rates and pricing sheets. Those things just don't work. So what you want to do is you want to actually create pricing packages. Okay. You want to create pricing packages, and it's also the pricing package is basically, you know, something better, best, you know, whatever, start, middle, end, whatever. Like it needs to be, go from small, medium, large, right? That's your packages, combos, right? McDonald's combos, Chick-fil-A. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to come up with your hourly rate. Okay. That's based off of your area or the industry you're in or whatever. Okay. And it could be $100 an hour, $200 an hour, whatever. That's just for you to come up with the pricing. That's not for you to say, oh, how much your pricing? Oh, I'm $100 an hour. Okay, great. Let me get you to come in for $100. That's weird. Don't do that. Okay. You give people a package because you are the expert, because you know exactly what they need for their particular industry. That's why you created packages, because you know, based off music videos, based off of weddings, based off of events, based off of portraits, these are the things that most people get. So this is how much it's going to cost you. As opposed to telling them $100 an hour and let them a la carte your services like it's freaking Golden Corral. Are you Golden Corral? You want a buffet? You gonna let them buffet your services for $12 and 95 cents with a sweet tea? I wouldn't do that. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to give them a package. Okay? So here's how it goes. Let's just say you're $100 an hour. What you want to do is you want to add in the time it takes you to, this is how you come up with the first package, a simple one. You want to add in the time it takes you to travel, shoot, edit, and revise the package. So shoot and edit, but then also travel and revise. People don't understand how long the time it takes you to shoot and edit. Shooting, okay, we're shooting for an hour. Great. Editing, it might take me 2 hours. It's $300. That's great. But you got to think about the travel time. This travel time is time you could have been using for whatever. Spending time with your kids, getting more clients, whatever. You gotta account for that time as well. Also, revision time. The time that it may take you to say, hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and change this, change that, whatever. Make revisions to your particular project. You want to account for those times just in case those things occur. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Brandon, why don't just charge for every revision? Though I don't have to worry about that. What I found, and you have found the same thing, people don't like add-ons or things that people would much rather you bundle something together. Let me put it like this. People would much rather pay more for you to bundle it together or pay less for you to add it on. It is more aggravating or more frustrating for you to charge me less just to tax me or add on later, as opposed to you just give me one bundle price. Okay, I talked about this in the last episode when I was talking about being things that are all inclusive, where you feel like it's all inclusive, where you're going to like little cruises and all that stuff. You feel like, oh, it's all inclusive. It's not all inclusive. You've already paid for it. Let me give you an example. Today we went to Home Depot. Our dryer has started messing up, so now we're looking for another dryer. They had gave us a discount, like it was like the discount on the set, like it was $2,000 for the wash and dryer set, but then they discounted and said, hey, you can get it for like $1,500 or whatever. I said, all right, great. So let's go ahead and get it for the discount, $1,500. But then they said, hey, it comes with different hoses, like hoses and ducts and all that stuff that come with the wash and dryer. And we said that we already have hoses, that they could just use those same hoses as opposed to using new ones, because there's nothing wrong with our hoses. It's just the dryer, and the washer is completely fine. We're just gonna get a new one anyway. They said, oh no, they won't install anything unless they have new hoses. So that's gonna be extra $30 per different thing, every like hose or whatever. So now it was like 4 different items. We're extra $150, $200 in. So we got the discount for $15. So we're thinking, in my mind, I'm already thinking $1,500. And then you said hoses that we don't necessarily need for $17. Now we're $1,700 in. I'm like, as opposed to if they would have just said, great, you get $300 off. It comes with hoses, everything you need, brand new hose, everything you need, $1,700. I said, oh, great. So now I'm feeling like, oh, great, we get new hoses too. That's even more amazing. As opposed to saying it's $1,500. Oh, we're gonna add on hoses that even though you don't need, you got to pay for them separately. So you just seeing them adding up, paying for stuff that I don't need. It's a different experience. So now, if you think about your photography, videography services, you're saying, hey, my services is $500. So the client is already thinking, oh, wait, it's $500. Oh, also, my travel, since I'm going to be traveling there, yeah, that's going to be $30. Okay? And stuff start adding up. Also, per revision is $10 every revision. So now we're at $40, $50. So now we're looking at the invoice. It's 40 things on the invoice. It's $550. Like, yo, why are you nickel and diming? When you could have just said, meanwhile, I can come in, so you done $700. Yes, you did get the $700. Okay, let's just say you did. You taxed on the client all this other weird stuff. Meanwhile, I came in and charged them $1,000 flat. Okay, I charged them $1,000, and I just threw everything in there. Travel's included, revisions included, whatever, it's all included. I'm done. Which one would you much rather work with? You're looking at stuff. It seems like you're trying. It seems like you're pimping. It seems like, oh, you trying to get over on me. This person's all included. You're trying to nickel and dime me. Okay. So you charge more. Okay. You're able to charge more and just include everything. Not only do you get more money, but the client has a better experience. Y'all ain't learned that from me. Okay. Also, outside of your packages, you're gonna need to be able to understand how they come up with these packages, because this thing what I call where I talk to my shooters camp mentees, I call it the pull up package for people who might not necessarily fit any category. Okay, they might necessarily fit any category, but you can just slide them in any. Once you know how to come up with the packages, you can say, okay, you're a pull up, so you're not necessarily for the simple or the better or the best. You're somewhere in between, so I can kind of create a custom package for you. Okay, let's talk about. Let me turn my do not disturb on. These folks going crazy. Let's see here. Okay, that's better. All right. Now, next is discounts. People love discounts. I recommend on all of your services, I want you to discount people. Okay? But when it comes to discounting, I want you to think about it like this. You ever been to, well, of course, you've been shopping, right? You've seen a pair of jeans, they're $100 retail, but you've seen them on the clearance aisle. The clearance, now you've seen them, oh, they're half off. Okay? No, they got a sale going on, more there, whatever. So now you get the jeans for $50. So you're excited because you're like, wow, you didn't want to come in the store to go shopping, but you actually went to go shopping because you got the email, because you got the coupon that showed you, hey, I'm actually about to get these. I'm actually about to go shopping in H&M, Macy's. I'm about to go shopping in Macy's because they got a half off sale. So I'm going to Macy's specifically to go and get clothes, jeans or whatever. So you're going to go get jeans. There was $100. You got them for half off. You got the jeans for $50. So now you get to go home excited, brag to your friends and all that other stuff. Talk about how you just got over on Macy's because you got jeans for $50 or half off. But what happened was Macy's was already willing to make a profit on those jeans anyway. Let's say Macy's got those jeans for $20. Either way, although they didn't make $80 off the jeans profit from you, they still made $30. Okay? So you thought you just got over it, like, oh, Steph, I just killed. I got it on sale. Yo, I saved money. No, you spent money. You spent $50. So now, even people, these stores go as hard as, if you look at like Kroger and all these other places, Target, they actually give you a receipt. Walmart, they even give you a receipt of how much you saved. Oh, man. The trickery is real. They give you a long receipt. You got your items, right? You got your whatever, 10 items. But then it's like, boom, all the stuff getting knocked out. Rollback prices. So now you're looking at it, and now you're proud of yourself. You're like, oh, I saved $150. I did good today. This ain't funny. This is real life. Okay? So that same feeling, it just creates a better experience. Okay? They understand that people don't like to pay full price for stuff. Okay? Companies understand people don't like to pay full price, especially when they know they can get it cheaper somewhere else. So why not create things like rollback prices? Why not create things like clearance? Why not create things like sales and flash sales and all this stuff? Because people don't like paying full price for stuff. Notice people only go shopping whenever they get coupons, coupon books or whatever. They sit around and wait. As soon as they get the email in, oh great, I'm about to go in and go shopping. So here's what I'm saying. Let's say you talk to a client and the client says, before they even try to lowball or whatever, you already give them the discount. So let's say you want to get $1,000 for this particular client. I'm gonna use $1,000 for easy math. Okay. Hey, yeah, man, for all the stuff you're trying to do, whatever, this package or whatever, I usually charge $1,500, but I can for you, for whatever the reason, since you was a referral, because of whatever the reason you want to use, I'm gonna let you get it for $1,000. So now they're like, wow, thank you. You gave me $500 off. So here's what that does. That creates a better experience, a better relationship, so you can bond with someone else because you actually gave them a discount. And then two, there's no need to ask for another discount because you already discounted them. See what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you've already gave them $500 off. and nobody wants to discount a discount. You can't go to Walmart and they're like, oh, I got a coupon, then I got a 10, then I got a percentage off. Like, no, one coupon per order, right? That makes sense? I'm sure it does. Okay. So always use discounts are a benefit. A lot of people look at discounts as a negative thing. It's not negative. Okay. People just don't know how to use it to their benefit. I hope y'all wrote that down.
That was a bar.
Well, hope y'all wrote that down. Don't do budgets. Don't do budgets. A lot of people, okay, just think about the photographer. I'm talking to photographers and videographers. A lot of people try to find out, well, what's your budget? I don't care what your budget is. Why does that matter? Why does your budget, why does the client's budget has anything to do with my prices? You know what I'm saying? Why should I put the two together? Why should I put them in the same sentence? Why should I put them in the same environment? Why should I put them in the same conversation? They shouldn't be in the same conversation. Here's what'll happen. If you say, hey, what's your budget? So you hop on the phone. What's your, hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, Brandon, I reached out to you, man. I seen your stuff. Your stuff is cool. Your stuff is dope. I want you to come and shoot, whatever. All right, great. What's your budget? Or even if you go find all the details, what are all the details? I want a nice photo. I want a nice video. I want a nice whatever. Okay, great. All that sounds great. What's your budget? So now they go and say, oh, my budget's only $300. And then you get off the phone. One, that's not a better experience. Two, you're not even actually trying to work. You're not building relationships. Okay? You're not actually winning this client over. As opposed to doing that, why don't you go through the sales process? The sales process is what, I teach in my shooters camp class. So why don't you go through the sales process, and then when it gets to the part about pricing, you actually give them the price, but you give them the price in a way where it offers value, and I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, you give them the price in a way where it offers value. So you don't want to get to the point where it's like, let's say the budget's only $300, or in their head, because here's the thing, clients really don't know how much this stuff is supposed to cost. They don't know whether it's supposed to be $300 or $1,000 or $3,000. A lot of times we just don't know. I had this experience not too long ago. I can't think of what it was, but somebody was like, "What's your budget?" I was like, I think it was when I was getting quotes for my apps and all that stuff. I was like, "What's your budget?" I was like, "I don't know how much this stuff is supposed to cost. $10,000, $50,000? I don't know." This is my first time. This is when I first started reaching out to people. I was like, I don't know how much stuff is supposed to cost. At $300,000, $10,000, I don't know. Based on what I'm asking, what does that look like? Okay. Now, here's in my mind. If it gets over something that maybe something that I may not have liquid, I will be able to go and get the money. Now I know how much it's going to be. Let's say, hey man, for an app like this, man, it's gonna cost you $2 million. Okay, great. So now what I have to do is find out what are things that I can do to go and get the $2 million. All right, great. I'll call you back in a month. Okay, or I'll call you back in however long it takes. Or let's too high level. Let's go low level. Okay. Yeah, it's cost my mind I'm thinking it's $300, but I'll get off the phone after you give me so much value, right? Right. It's actually called value stacking, which I'm gonna tell you about what value stacking is in a minute. So after you give me so much value, in my mind I only have $300, but everything you said sounds so great. That's exactly what I need. I love your vibe. I love your energy, and then you tell me $1,000. Me, the client, I have two options. I can say, well, shoot, I can either put a $300 down now as a deposit, or I can figure out how can I get $1,000 to pay you, because I only want you now. I'm sold, and I only want you as my photographer or videographer. A lot of times we're never thinking about the client. We're only thinking about us. Well, shoot, if they can't pay $1,000, they just ain't come, bitch, or whatever. Okay. They may have to meet you halfway. It may get to a point where it's like, okay, shoot, man, I ain't got that. What can I really only, they only got 300, but then they stretched and say, you know what? I only got 500. Right? So they might say, man, shoot, I got 500. So you might say, okay, great. Usually what you wanted was 1,000, but here's what we can do. I can take off, some of the edits. I can take off whatever to meet you where you are. What you wanted was 1,000. Okay? But you only have 500. Maybe I can take off some of these services to meet you where you are, so you can still hire me. You can still get a good experience, and I still be able to meet your budget for $500. Now, isn't that a better experience? Now they get to go out and say, you know what, Brandon was able to work with me, right? Brandon was able to whatever. That's a relationship. Now I'm able to get referrals, and I'm still going to send them the invoice to let them know that, hey, stuff like this is normally whatever, $1,000. Okay. Still going to send them the invoice that shows $1,000, right? With that $500 off to show them that I'm going to do these services for $500, but it's normally $1,000. So now when this client actually reaches out to someone else and say, hey, Brandon can do so and so, whatever, they understand that this price is normally $1,000. So they can't just say, well, can you do the $500 like the other friend? Well, no, I gave him a discount. So you, sir, will have to pay $1,000. I hope y'all caught it. Let me keep going. So don't do budgets. Okay. Let's talk about value stacking, and then I'll go back up to something else. So value stacking is what you want to do is whenever you find out everything that the person wants as far as their wants and their goals. Okay. You want to add in, you want to add on top of everything you guys talked about, add on the wants, your goals. I'm sorry, not the wants, but their goals, and everything you talked about, and the deliverables and their goals. You want to stack everything and then give them the price. Okay. It's called value stacking. So basically you want to stack all the value and then give them the price. So meaning if you would just give them the price, there's nothing to compare it to. This is $1,000. Oh, great. That's a lot. Whoa, that's a lot. But I've said, hey, before I give you the price, you're going to get 2 sandwiches, 2 McDoubles, large fries, a large sweet tea, 2 biscuits, ketchup package, whole bunch of ketchup, hot sauce, hot wings, jumping jacks, push-ups, and Waka Flocka Flame. You're going to get all that for $1,000. Now it's value. It's a lot of value. And then you get the price. Okay. Now, when you're naming a lot of the deliverables or a lot of the different value adds, now the price seems small. Okay. Once you start mentioning or naming a lot of the things that are adding value, once you give them the price now seems small. This is a murder tonight.
Sounds good.
This is a murder tonight. I mean, y'all. All right, cool. All right, what am I doing? Okay. There is no such thing as a fair price. Yep, there it is. I said it. Somebody had to say it. I guess I had to be the one. It's not about what price is fair. It's all about the value that you bring and the problem that you solve. So some people may say, wow, you know what, Brandon, this stuff is expensive. Your video services are expensive. I want you to give me a fair price. Let's say my price is $3,000. Let's say for a project or whatever the project is, let's say $3,000. And someone else charges $300. Now I'm sure there's a lot of other photographers and videographers who actually go through the same thing. That a lot of people are taking their clients because they're lowballing. Okay. There's no such thing as a fair price. To that client, it's whatever is fair to them. Fair is relative. Okay? Because there's some people who understand that paying $3,000 for a particular project, they understand the things they're going to get based on where they are in life, based on what they need. They need high level, they need professional, they need whatever. There's some things that $300 just can't buy. Okay? Now, some people charge $3,000 just for the sake of charging it. That's weird. Okay? But for me, let's say I'm charging $3,000, somebody's charging $300. For my $3,000, I have a team. For my $3,000, there's no issues with turnaround time. For my 3,000, you're able to get your money back if something was to happen. Okay. Sometimes, let's say somebody's charging $300 and something was to happen with your stuff, they're not able to get it back or whatever. Like, they don't have the money or the resources to be able to get anything back, right? If was something was to happen right now, charge somebody 5,000, 10 grand, I'm able to give you your money back because I have more than 10 grand. Okay. I don't have to worry about editing turnaround time because I'm not the one necessarily editing the project. So you don't have to worry about have a team to make sure the stuff gets edited and back to you on time. There's a system in place. Okay. It just takes the worry off of people. Right. It's kind of like, would you rather get an iPhone like used and like refurbished from the dude that's selling them on the corner for $200, or would you rather pay $1,200 from the Apple Store? Now, $1,200 is very expensive for a new phone out the box. But if you go there, you get the joint out the box. You can get Apple Care for warranties and all this other stuff. You feel a little more comfortable. You're paying more, but you're a little more comfortable. When you're getting the iPhone from around the corner, you checking it when you get to the house, making sure it works. You make sure it ain't running hot. You asking your friend. You're doing a whole bunch of extra stuff. It's doing you more harm than good. It's something a little more comforting as opposed to getting something brand new, fresh out of the box. You feel a little more. You're a little more confident that you know that this is going to be right. That's essentially it. Okay, so the money is all about the value that you bring. As far as the fair price, a fair price is all about the value that you bring, so you don't get offended about those things. Okay, which goes into my next topic. Don't be afraid to say no. Okay, you can tell them 3,000, and they might not be nowhere near. Oh my God, that's just too high. I seen people was just like, oh my God, whoa, what? No, can't be. There's no way I can find somebody to do this for $100. I said, okay, yeah, well, if you can't pay 3,000, I definitely understand that, this is definitely like a lot out of your budget. And I know it's probably a shock to you, but I do there's probably, I think you can Google it or whatever. You can find some people in your area that can do it for $100 or $200 or whatever. I don't really know anybody, but maybe you can. Maybe I can refer you to some people. You can go online or refer to some sites you can go to. Just to help them out. Just to give them some value. So I don't argue or fuss or like, whoa, I can't believe these people can't pay. They just can't. They don't, right? So now I just make sure that there's a separation. You got to make sure when it comes to your idea, when it comes to you working with your ideal client and you want to work with your ideal client, you need to create separation between your ideal client and people that are not. You want to make sure that it's clear separation. Meaning, if you can't pay the $3,000, I'm using this for example. If you can't pay the $3,000, I don't really want you or need you contacting me at all, right? Because I want to spend all of my energy towards people who are my ideal client. I want to focus on building those relationships. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not saying the money is that, but because here's the thing. My ideal client understands value. They can pay $3,000, $2,000, $5,000, whatever. Not because they're rich. It's because of the value. The type of person they are. They're high level. They're high performing. These are the people I want to attract. Okay? Now you got to find out who these people are for you, right? And then anybody else outside of that, that's not my ideal client, I don't necessarily want to or need to be talking to these people at all. So I'll be nice. That's great. Get off the phone. And then you can go figure it out from there. No love lost. Okay? So you have to be okay with saying no. It's like, dang, Brandon, you could at least, they had $1,000, Brandon, you could at least got 1,000 from them. Why would I settle for less? Right? So what happens is you will take less, right? You will take less, and then you will go and have the worst experience ever, because you're not operating in the same arena as you would as your ideal client. Okay, I was telling this story about this wedding that I shot. I think I said it on one of my shooters cam calls. I was telling a story about how I charged for this wedding. It was my ideal client. It was this weekend. I charged more, maybe $2,000, 2,500, whatever. But then that Friday I was free, so I said, you know what? I'll work with this client for $600 to $700. So I end up doing it because I felt like I was getting over, like, oh snap, I get to do 2 weddings in one weekend. Whoa, I get to make $3,000 all week, Friday and Saturday. It's gonna be amazing. When I did a $600 to $700 wedding, it was like one of the worst experiences ever. It was the most revisions. The footage didn't look as well as I wanted to because of the budget of everything. It just wasn't great. And what happens is you get to a point where those people, when you spend your last on something, you hold on to it a lot more, and you get to pull more out of people to the point where you're more so like taking advantage. Not because you want to, because of like, I want this dollar to stretch. I want this dollar to last, right? So meaning, hey, take this out, put this in, make it look magical, make it do whatever. Meanwhile, my $2,000 wedding went fine. Yep, Brandon, everything looks great. High five, babe. Great, high five, boom, 5-star review. I'm done. But the moment I say, let me work with someone outside of my, that's not my ideal client, that's the type of results I got. So I'm letting you know this. You budge on your prices. You work with someone that's outside of your ideal client, you will get some of the worst experiences ever. What else we got here? Increase your prices. Here's a few ways to increase your prices. One, the main way is go increase it. If it's $5.99, go take it up to $9.99. Okay, that's very simple. That's step one. But outside of that, here's some other tangible things. Outside of that, so you want to add value. Adding value could be things like skills, another skill set, right? So maybe if you're just a photographer, maybe you need to learn more about creative direction. Be better at posing. Be better at talking to people, whatever. Be a better communicator. Okay, maybe learn things like wardrobe, right? So be able to talk about color schemes and all this other stuff. Okay, you want to be like a one-man band, adding skills. Okay, another thing you can do, you can add teams. So add another team member. So basically adding another makeup artist, creative director, a production assistant, whatever, adding people to your team. Okay, there's another way you'll be able to increase price because you actually have a team that comes with you to come to do all of your shoots. Another thing could be resources. A lot of people when working with me, not only do I have a team and all that stuff, but I have a network. I have resources. So if a client comes to me and you need something, I can bet and guarantee either I know how to make it happen or I know someone who knows how to make it happen. Okay? So resources become a value. Okay? So those three things. Anything outside of that, anything more than that, there's more things, but I teach a lot of stuff in my shooters camp class and I want to be fair. Okay? And 2 more things and I'm out of here. Okay, how we looking on time? All right, we're doing bad. Okay, we're doing pretty good. 2 more things. Be able to deliver. Be able to deliver. I don't want you to get to the point where it's like, because a lot of people are very, very confident. Like, I'm just going to increase my price. I'm just going to do it. Okay. The reason why I'm able and confident about increasing my prices because I'm able to deliver on the stuff that I talk about. I have no doubt. When people say to me, hey, Brandon, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go in there and add this title on there and do that and flip it all upside down. Have my video do this. I said, all right, bet, it's too easy. And I want you to have it done tomorrow because I got a game tomorrow or I got something going on. I need you to be able to do that too. If I'm paying you so much money, they don't talk like that. But I'm just saying. I'll be like, all right, bet. What else you need? You know what I'm saying? It's a shoot that I'm doing tomorrow. I actually got to go to Miami, and then my team is doing the shoot. Okay, and we'll talk about it later, like automating your photography and videography business. But yeah, like my team is doing the shoot, so now I'm able to make enough to where I can pay someone to go out there and make sure they get the shoot covered, while I'm able to go and travel and go to my friend's birthday party and all this other stuff. Okay, so be able to deliver and be confident that you can deliver. Because I get all my payment up front. But the only reason I get my payment up front, the only reason I charge what I charge, because I know for a fact that I can deliver. Now, but not only because I have a team now. I'm talking about years ago. Years ago, even 10 years ago, I would charge $200 and make sure I get $200 to $400 for a music video, whatever. I would get all my stuff up front, but just know when I show up, I got lights, I got mics, I got the speakers for the music, I got everything, and I'm getting your video back in a good time, and I'm adding in teasers. I'm doing everything. Make sure you get more than enough value for this $200 that I'm charging you. Somebody asked me like, "Hey, Brandon, when you start getting serious about like your photography videography business?" I said I was always serious. You show me somewhere where I can make $200, I'm always serious. See what I'm saying? The problem is people don't take $200 as like, I don't know. I've been broke before, so I guess at that time $200 is like, I can't believe I got something I paid for once. I can just get paid over and over again. I was like, this is the cheat code. This is crazy. Buy a camera and go and make money from a service. I was like, this is insane. Okay. But anyway, that's that. Okay. So make sure you're able to deliver. And then lastly, this is a bonus. Should you display your prices on your website? I think it's case by case. Here's what I do. Depending on what it is, I like it better if you do things that are starting at. I like starting at better because I like to be able to have a conversation with somebody to find out what they need. Since I'm the expert anyway, then I can quote them a price that makes the most sense. So let's say my 7 packages, starting at $399. So now let's know. Now you know that when you contact me, it's not less than $400. Okay, but based on the stuff that you need, based on maybe your package could be maybe the travel is longer, maybe based on the things you're talking about, maybe your goals. Who knows? It could always change. Okay, so I like starting out better. If you want to more so like automate it in a way where they can just go in there and pay for everything, at that point you might want to put price on there where they can just go and pay and book everything. You don't have to worry about it, but you need to have a system in place before you do that. Okay, so at that point it's case by case. That being said, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I forgot my trash segment. What was trash? What was trash? I still got to find a name for it. Trash talk or trash something. We got to find a name for that. Okay. What was trash? I had a lot of things happen that was trash though. Here's some. People it's really most time, right now we got like ads running and we got a lot of people that's contacting us, hop on a call and just kind of learn more about the shooters camp class. A lot of people would much rather try to figure it out by themselves. Like I think somebody was like, or I'd rather just take my money and just start running ads. Is that how many clients are you getting I got questions. Like how much money are you spending on ads and what is that return? What type of clients are you getting? Are you getting clients you want? You know what I'm saying? Like how much do you know about ads that is going to work for you? You know what I mean? So what happens is, people call and contact because they know that they need help. But then the issue is when it comes to investing in themselves, people don't want to, not because I don't think it's like money is one thing, but it's more so the mindset. It's pride, it's ego. It's more so those things as opposed to because they know they need help because that's why they reach out. But it's like, I'd rather go ahead and figure it out my own. So what happens is you will continue to struggle 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now. Or some people will just, a lot of people struggle for about a year and then they come back and they say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and join Shooters Camp, man. I know I struggled for about a year. And then by the time they join Shooters Camp, the price went up. Okay. Or I'm doing something different, or I'm doing whatever. Right. And it's like, what you want to do, man, is like I mentioned on last podcast, man, you want to get some self-help books. Make sure you improve your mindset. Once you improve your mindset, then you're able to go and get a coach. So that way a coach can be able to help you get to the next level. Because that's literally the fastest way to get there. Somebody who's already been there, you come in, hey, give me 3 tips, boom, I'm about to go make some money. It's simple. Why would you want to do anything else? That's why people pay $200,000 for college. Okay, they pay $150,000 to $200,000 for college because they feel like I need this piece of paper to go make more money. So I go from making $30,000 a year to $50,000 a year. Okay, but when these coaches and courses that are out here that you can pay pennies, essentially pennies on the dollar compared to college, right? So you can be able to fast track your way to success before you get to college, or if you don't go to college or whatever. Okay, so that's just my take on that. I think that's trash talk. Okay, so with that being said, actually, speaking of Shooters Camp, if you guys already don't know, I have a 90-day coach program called Shooters Camp. Okay, it's online and in person. It is to be able to help photographers and videographers start and grow their business. So if you don't know anything about the camera, we'll be able to show you everything about the camera, photo and video, and also learn everything about business. So you'll be able to grow and make anywhere between $2 to $10K a month. Okay. So if you want to quit your job or any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure you go to shooterscamp.com. And on shooterscamp.com, you'll be able to schedule a call. We have to apply. We have to qualify anyone who wants to join. And then outside of that, hopefully we'll see you in class. With that being said, man, that's everything about pricing. Okay. We're knocking this out, man. Shooters Podcast. So that's it. Y'all respect the shot. I respect the shoot. Said it wrong. Clear my throat. Need some water. Where the Hennessy at? Anyway, we're done. Let's try some more time. Y'all respect the shot. I respect the shooter. We lit.